Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. It is game day. It is FA Cup. It is a Nottingham Forest. We are up against the Prem, and I have my usual partner in crime for game day build-up. Paddy, how are you, mate?
Good. Looking forward to this one. No pressure.
No pressure. Itching to see the team. Oh, and it's just come out. There it is. It's just dropped the team lineup.
Okay.
So
cool.
Paddy will grab that. Yeah, as we're having a look. I won't even look at it. I'll leave it as a surprise for myself. But
okay.
no, so very excited. Cannot wait to see this game today. I'm interested to see how the team will go. There was worries about the snow, but there's no dramas. The pitch is ready. At the moment, I can only see one FA Cup game postponed. We'll see if others come through. But right now, it's just the Salford v Swindon Town match that's been postponed. Other than that, every other game that's scheduled to play looks like it is on for this weekend. So, yeah, we have two other games starting when we're starting, Paddy. We have MK Dons at home to Oxford United, and we have Preston at home to Wigan Athletic. Oh, sorry, and Port Vale at home to Fleetwood. So that's the 4 games on in total in just under an hour. And then we get into tomorrow, and there's a whole whack of games tomorrow.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts about this match, and they're not nervous that we're going to about the FA Cup, but they think we're going to beat them.
I did listen to one, yeah. And Matt, I'm sorry to hear that you're not well, and you wanted it to be postponed so you could go. I get that. Bit of self-interest there, which is fine. But at least you're here to listen to us, and we'll get going. I see Aaron's in the chat. I see Pat. I see Josh is in the chat. John's in the chat. Maybe they're watching us just to get tips on how to do better shows. Paddy, what do you reckon?
Maybe.
Probably not. But I'm very excited for tonight's match. I cannot wait. So yeah. And yeah. So you just Paddy's still working there to get the team.
Go. There's our team. If you want to bring that up.
Yeah, bring it up. Let's bring it up. Let's get straight into it. Boom. There we go. So AO, Scar, Heim, and Doyle at the back. What do you think of that, Paddy?
Fine. Happy enough with it. Yeah. No big surprise.
I'm very happy with that, to be honest. So still have Longman, Dobson, Sheaf, Kakache. Okay, so resting Matty James.
Yeah, Dabo got in. That was the big talk all day. There has been whispers all day that he's in the team.
Well, he did do the interview, didn't he? He did one of the big pre-match interviews. So that probably makes a little giveaway. And then up front, Rathbone, Broadhead, and Smith.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm also very happy with this. I'm happy to see Kiefer Moore getting an extra time to recover. Smith has been playing well. Smith's got a little bit more speed. So, I'd say we'll be up against a fairly agile Nottingham Forest team. And Ollie Rathbone instead of Windass. I'm happy with that too.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It's about time he got a shot. It's more than... I assume he's on the bench, is he, Windass?
Yes, he is on the bench. So the bench is Ron Burton, Connor Cody, James McLean on the bench. Ryan Barnett on the bench. Thomason on the bench.
Okay.
So obviously Kache in for Thomason. O'Brien, Ashfield, Windass, and Rodriguez. So Harry Ashfield. So there's some benches, the interesting bench players. James McLean, Ryan Barnett, Ryan Barnett's been there a fair bit, I guess. But Rodriguez, Ashfield, McLean are probably the biggest surprises on the bench there.
Ashfield, have we extra space on the bench? Have we more than normal? I think we might have.
Still nine.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Ashfield has been playing in our cups the whole way along, so it's an interesting one for him.
There we go. There we go, Paddy. Harry Ashfield to come on in the 80th minute, score the winner in the 89th minute, and take us through to the next round. I've called it. You don't need to do the watch along now, Josh. I've already predicted this. Only joking. Wow. And Kakache starting. Starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good for Thomason. I think that give Thomason a bit of recovery time too. He's been playing pretty much every minute. Aaron mentioned it to me post-production in yesterday's show. He was going to put up about him and one other playing every minute of that 4-game period. But Thomason was pulled off in the 89th minute in one match. So you might as well say he played every match.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no. And then interestingly enough, have we got I can see in the background there, Paddy, have you got the Nottingham Forest list there?
I have.
I'm very interested to see that compared because I've got their last lineup up here on FOTMob.
That's it, beside it. In the green is their last 11. So we can compare who's actually getting a match today.
Look at Paddy's production excellence.
Shame they didn't give us 15 minutes before we started to bloody well do this. I've been talking.
I guess they'd probably come back to us and say, shame you idiots didn't start 15 minutes later.
Okay, so let's have a look then from the back. So Sace is still in goal.
Yep.
He was in goal for the last one. Then Morato was not playing in the last match. Douglas Luis was not playing.
No.
Ndoi.
Not playing. There's 3 changes already.
Jesus
is playing.
He's playing.
Up front.
Okay, up front. Right, Hutchinson with him. Yeah. Yair Kunha. Nope.
So that's
fresh.
4.
McAtee, fresh.
Yeah, McAtee 5.
He hasn't been playing. Bakwa.
6.
Zinchenko. No, he wasn't playing either. Zavona.
I've nailed it. I predicted yesterday they'd make 8 changes. Yes.
Yeah. So they've kept their goalie and they've kept the 2 up front.
But then on
Jesus
the
and
bench,
Hutchinson.
any of these players that started the last match, say Gunn, he wasn't even there.
No.
Williams, he was there. Murillo was there. Hudson Odie was there.
Yes.
Awani, okay, yep.
Yeah,
So
they're all on the bench pretty much.
Dominguez,
Milinkovic. Yeah, Milenkovic.
Yeah, so
they're all there. So that's a massive bench to come on at the end.
Yeah, so if they need to chase the game at the end, there's that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Interesting. So excited for this match, Paddy. So excited to watch us go up. Don't just remember, guys. Even though there's 8 changes, this is Prem team. Like these guys, they're out there. They're not in the Prem team. They're not in a Prem squad for nothing.
Yeah. So Josh just said something here. Their keeper got injured in the last match. Maybe it was the previous match because I did hear on the podcast that they were suggesting playing their 3rd keeper tonight and not risking saves because he has basically just started taking over from their number 1 and they don't want the idea of him going down in the match tonight. But how often does a keeper go down? So I don't know. The other rumor here, just to cover it because it's in the chat, is Matt. What Max rumors? Max said no Max tonight. Shocking. Yeah. Hope the rumors aren't true. Once again, every time he's not playing, the rumors are he's been bought for 12 million from West Ham. Now this time of season, people do go missing when they're being considered for moves because they might be up in their head trying to consider their future and stuff. So it's not unheard of to be removed out of a match. He missed
the last game as well.
He didn't. He was in the last game. It was the game before.
Oh, the game before. Sorry.
However, in the last game, it did look like he had a little bit of a knock. He didn't look that comfortable at the end of the match. So he could be injured again. He could be small injured. Yeah.
Pulled up a bit sore, went straight into the ice bath after and came out of it, and they sort of did did a scan and saw some swelling, and Oh, Josh. Well, for those of you that don't know, Josh will be 15 minutes late. Yeah, Josh is going to be 15 minutes late for the watch along today because he's personally driving Max across to Aston Villa. So or West Ham, or Liverpool, or Man United. He'll take him anywhere, Josh will. But no, it's just a rumor, people. It's just a rumor.
Yeah. It is a rumor, and you know what? It is odd. It is odd timing. I can understand why people are doing it. So Matt again says, just very odd to not give Max a chance against the first Prem team we've played since Parky took over. Yeah, I would have expected him on the bench. However, look, if he has taken a knock, he's taken a knock. You know what I mean? You don't risk him. You give him the rest. It is a cup match. There are other people who can play, but yes, it's suspicious timing. I personally don't think there's anything in it. And the opposite flip part of that coin is if they are giving us 12 million, absolutely all day, good luck in the Prem, Max. We'll see you later. You might come and join us when we're in the Prem. But we'll see.
Did you want me to play conspiracy theorist on the Wrexham side of things, Paddy?
Go on.
He's not being sold, and teams are courting him, and Parky doesn't play him tonight, so Prem teams can't see him up against other Prem players.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a conspiracy theory for you. So yeah, we'll see. But it could be he's just injured. It could be he's being caught by other teams. Who knows? We're only saying it. And there's general rumors getting around.
Yeah. Hang on. Sorry. Did I say West Ham? I think the rumor is actually Aston Villa.
Yeah, Aston Villa.
Yeah, that was my mistake. Slip of the tongue, guys. It's Aston Villa that's been chasing him for years, apparently. So
that's okay. I said Harry Ashfield was going to Bristol City the other day when it's actually Bristol Rovers. That's talking about, which is, so I was putting him in another championship team, which would have made me filthy if that had happened. But going to a League Two side makes a whole different, different sense. Hip Karma, you're there. Good morning to you here over in Australia. It's just getting sunrise here. So, I'm getting very excited. I cannot wait for this game, Paddy. I mean, are you feeling, do you think we can do it?
Yes.
Yep.
The odds are not in our favor, sure enough. But can we do it? Yes. We'll just have to see how well the boys play. I'll tell you, though, if they're going to take out a Prem team, even a weakened Prem team, they pretty much can't miss their chances. They won't get nearly as many as they normally do, and they better put them in when they get them if they want to win this match. There's going to generally there should be a really fine margin on this, unless literally we get quick chances and smack them all in, and it completely changes the course of things. But you look at some.
Or Forest get any goals, Paddy, and get their tail up and then just go at us like no tomorrow.
Yeah, of course. And that's what you have to expect, because even in previous matches where we have come out and started banging in goals early, it was still extremely nervous and they have still had the firepower to fight back. So even if you get 3 goals in the first half, that is no guarantee you're going to win this match.
Yeah. 2 old school managers up against each other today, Paddy, Parky and Sean Dyche.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rumours about Sean Dyche, that he's not stepping up to the mark, that they're not happy with him, blah, blah, blah. And tonight's match will be interesting because obviously they're the ones that should be on the front foot. They're the ones who should be attacking here. Yeah. But that's not really their style because they've been getting slapped around by a lot of the Prem teams at the moment. So it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is going to be very interesting. I'm just reading John's comment here. I see your comment here, Carm, having to pay a $20 a month subscription for Stan Sport. I get it. I've got that. But you get to watch the Prem as well. Just remember, you get to watch Premiership games. I will root that he does his Neon debut and they regret spending the money. He instantly enters the hatred section if he went there. Yeah, well,
that's horrible, John. My estimation of you has come down now just a little bit.
Why would you wish injury on a player?
On Maxi.
Yeah.
That deserves a hashtag save Max.
On Josh's favourite player.
Okay, we got a hashtag save Max there. There we go. Oh,
there. Yeah. Dog to enjoy. Are people serious about Max being sold? I think some people are, and some people aren't.
Some people are really hopeful, just for the idea of selling someone to the Prem and making money as well, you know, and the hometown hero done good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't know. Look, I would be shocked if it happened. Fair play if it does, but yeah, I don't think this is real.
But no, very interesting. Very interesting now that they've got the lineups up on FotMob against each other. I'm looking at it now and just sort of, they've got our formation obviously wrong, but that's okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. So Dobbo and Sheaf in the middle. So does Sheaf take more of that general role tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. You know,
Dobson is absolutely the one that'll be running around chasing down these guys. Now, the one thing I really hope is that they don't make a fool of Dobson. That, you know what I mean? He's chasing people around, and it's like a cat, with a laser pointer. It's just impossible to get. So that's one thing I don't want to see. If that's the case, that he's chasing everybody and getting nothing. But he's capable of doing it in the right situation. So I think he needs to keep his head a little bit and not chase down absolutely everything. You know, pick and choose his timing well tonight. He'll need to, because they're going to be quick. They're going to be fit.
Yeah. And I see Jeff in the chat here. Hello, Jeff. I know you're on at the same time this morning. You're up against Wigan Athletic this morning. So good luck to you. Yeah, so it will be interesting. Will be very interesting this morning. So I'm just with 4 games on. I mean, and we're definitely the pick of those 4 games. You know, when I look at those, so it's going to be, you know, a lot of eyeballs on this game this morning or this evening over in the UK. So yeah, I think it's going to be really, really exciting, and yeah, a lot of media on this. If we put in a great performance tonight, oh my God, the whole Hollywood team thing will just go nuts.
If we take this one out tonight, it's going to be massive. It's going to be on every news channel. It's going to be all over the sports channels and everywhere. That we're through to the next round of this one. First kind of Prem team in the Parky era. That will be massive.
Yep. Aaron throwing out something there. Wouldn't be surprised if it's 3-5-1-1 instead of 3-4-3. I'll be very surprised if it is.
I absolutely would.
Yeah.
I don't think so. For me, here's my thing. There is no way you beat a Prem team going defensive. It's for me, it's not going to happen. You have to get in amongst them and you have to score. And then you have to keep with them, because they won't like it. They won't get nervy about it, but things can happen when you're ahead. We have to be attacking. If we don't attack them and cause them trouble, they're just going to settle into the match and they're going to absolutely smash us.
Yeah,
because that's how we won our other cup matches. That's how we got good results and lost the match, was by scoring goals on them, by attacking them.
Jeez. And Hip, I agree with you, Paddy. Yeah, we've got to attack. Hip Karma, that is true commitment. Look at that. She's forking out $42 to watch this. That's more than what most people pay to go to watch a match at Wrexham. That's like props to you, Hip Karma, for doing that. Yeah, but I have been getting my Prem fill on Stan Sport, which is where they stream it here in Australia, and watching the difference between the 2 leagues is really quite fascinating. But yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah, I think, like you said, Paddy, you're right. We do have to go at this team because, you know, like they're going to score a goal, like, you know, as you would think as a bare minimum. And if they don't, props to our defense tonight. Like, well done.
Yeah.
You know, which they could do. Don't get me wrong. We could keep a clean sheet, but you know, you got to predict that a team like this will score against you. So you got to go out and score a couple of goals.
Yeah. Yeah, and now in fairness, like Aaron is not suggesting we should do it, just that he wouldn't be surprised if Parky did it. And I suppose in some respect that's a fair call to make. I would be extremely disappointed in Parky if he did that.
Extremely disappointed. You sound like a parent that's talking to one of their children.
No. I'm friends with the man. I know him. I've spoken to him on at least one occasion. Right? He knows better than that. I think. Come on.
You're still sounding like a parent, Paddy. It's just one of those. That's one of my favorite lines as a parent. I'm not upset. I'm just extremely disappointed that you chose this course of action. This is so funny. But I mean, look, the place will be absolutely pumping tonight. It'll be a cold, damp day at the STōK Cae Ras. I hope they've turned off the hot water system in the away change rooms. Done some of the old school tricks from back in the day.
Sorry, boys, first pipe.
Yeah,
no water. Buckets of cold water.
So, but the underground heating's doing its job. I noticed they had the grow lamps running down the side of the pitch for that as well, which is fantastic. Like, we're really going to that next level as a club. Like, when you look at everything that's happening in terms of the pitch, the stadium, the academy, I watched. Did you watch the podcast with the groundkeeper with Foz, that Wrexham podcast?
Not yet.
Watch that. It's a good watch. So they've already done one or two pitches over at the academy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think this is great. That we can see all these things happening. And it will get to the stage where this sort of pitch will be one of our training pitches. We'll have a training pitch like our main field. I have no doubt in the future.
Yeah, absolutely it will. Obviously we have Darland up and running. They're making some edits to that. And the plan was always to have at least one exact replica of the level and quality of the stadium at our new training pitch, training ground, which obviously we haven't even started yet, haven't even announced locations yet. But that is supposed to be the next big plan.
It's going to be amazing. Like the high school's got to be stoked with this stuff happening around their school now just for the students and everything. So, and it's turning us now. We are starting to turn into an attraction club. We're heading
in the right direction. Yeah, we're on that side. We're still a couple of years off that, because Darland is not going to be for the adults. So I don't think it matters. It does matter for attracting the youth, because obviously we are trying to build for multiple years ahead. So with the youth, absolutely, they can see the changes happening, and that will be great for the future.
Well, I don't know whether you saw the other day, Paddy, there was a report on all the youth teams, and the 3 levels, right down to the under 12s, I think. Okay. Which was fantastic on all their matches. So it shows starting to build that nursery. And I did notice that we actually have sent 3 players away on loan
this season. Yes.
Yeah. So that's starting to. That wouldn't have happened as little as 2 years ago, even last year. Hardly at all, because they didn't have the amount of players to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 of them went to the Adran League, wasn't it? I think.
I didn't see. I can't remember.
Adran Prem, I think, for 2 of the boys. One of them, I think, was in a more top team. The other one was a middling team. I think the third boy then went somewhere else. Maybe second division in that side. I'm not sure. Haven't looked into it yet, but definitely it's good to see the youth having signed a full contract and going out on loans.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just going to be really interesting to watch it develop, because these young players, they're showing some promise in going out on loan to some actual league teams. Holy dolly. And getting match time, the development, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. And someone mentioned there about the Liverpool. We have a match versus Liverpool next week to evaluate some players as well, which is interesting, just that we're linking with a team of that quality. Obviously, it's not their top end players, but that doesn't really matter. Just the fact that we are dealing with Prem teams on this kind of level is great. Great to see that those sort of things working.
It was funny, Paddy, because like 2 years ago, I always sort of thought we should have been trying to foster some sort of relationship with Liverpool being so close. And it sort of made sense to me. The further we get deeper into this now, the less likely it is to happen, because it mightn't be in the very distant future that we're going to be the immediate competition to Liverpool in the same, like playing in the same competition. My point.
Yes, yeah, but I suppose interestingly though, you can still be friendly because they're at the top end of that division. They won't see us as their competition even in the first couple of seasons. Just looking at the progression, right? So we first started off with basically Man U and Chelsea that we were kind of linking with and doing our summer tours and stuff like that. Then now linking a little bit with Man City, but mainly on the loans. Like that's our first major loan this year, catch it. And then after that, now we have Liverpool starting to come into the mix that we're doing friendlies with them. So it's nice we're hitting all the big teams, and most of them are close to us as well. Josh's question, yes. Is it immediately to penalties, no extra time?
I think it is straight to no extra time. Straight depends from memory. Okay. I'd have to check the rules. I'm pretty confident it depends. And then Chris, we're coming for the top 6 with Ken. Yeah, well, this is just it. Like, I'm bullish. Let's go on a tear, boys. Let's go on a tear. Parky traditionally finishes seasons very well. I tell you what, though, I am noticing a lot of transfer talk from a lot of clubs strengthening their squads in the championship. So, but that can go 2 ways because, bringing players in
early,
they don't, using that word, they don't gel straight away, so yeah.
I'll tell you this though, if we went up next season, right, just if it happened really quickly, wouldn't you love to pull a player from Man City, Liverpool, Man United and Chelsea, even if it wasn't their top players who are with them? You know what I mean? There's plenty of players that they will have they're not using that you would like to have in a Wrexham Prem team.
Well, you will pull some of that. You will pull some players from Prem teams, especially relegated Prem teams who think that, they want to stay playing in the Prem.
Yeah, but I'm following on from our relationship talk. That we're friendly with these guys.
Do you continue to be friendly if you're starting to sign players?
Yeah.
If they didn't want them?
What, because they're 28 and they're getting a little bit too old for their team? Absolutely, we want them in our team.
28. That's like a kid coming out of college for us.
It would be, absolutely. Come over to us, boys. We'll treat you right.
Yeah, absolutely. And our facilities might not be of the same quality as.
Yeah, but sure, you don't care about facilities anymore. You're tired of that.
We'll take you to Vegas.
What you need is when someone asks you how are you doing today, that they actually care. That's what you want. You want the club that when they ask you how you're doing, they care.
Well, when you look at all these players that have fostered some sort of Wrexham offshoot, Ollie Palmer with his clothing line, Ben Foster, Ben Tozer with the podcasts. Stephen Fletcher was on that last Wrexham that's Wrexham podcast. Thanks, Jimmy John Bangles. I don't know that I ever look so good. I'm starting to think you might have a crush on me, but that's okay. But yeah, I think that absolutely the culture of the club has definitely, these players that are now not with the club anymore still want to be involved in the club in some way.
Yeah. And look, with obviously some of these players, if they're coming from massive teams, it'd be interesting to have someone with a bit of a global reach. May not feel like you're dropping so far down the line,
I do. That is one thing, Paddy. I'd love to see that, like that international flavour start to drip into our squad list.
Yeah.
if there was, an Asian player, for instance, being greedy, saying Australian, but we're only 33 million people, right? You go and get someone from Japan or someone from China or someone from Korea, the following behind that player and the amount of reach that you will get, into your club, and new fans you will bring into your club by signing someone from there. I'm not saying just to do it for that, but it's just an added benefit.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's so much we could do with that. We could launch our own global Wrexham brand and just work with all the players that start joining us after the Prem, with their own fashion lines. Because you mentioned it there about Palmer. We could actually have a Wrexham brand, and you get collections in different seasons from different players who are interested or whatever, Stuff like that. While I was talking, I did just double check the extra time. We are playing extra time first before penalties. 15 minutes twice before we hit penalties.
2 15s?
2 15s, yeah.
Okay. Yep, and it was mentioned earlier there in the chat, but Josh just mentioned it again there that Ryan's at the match. I think Welsh Techie was mentioning that Ryan Reynolds is there. And Ken Chen, just tell the players that chance they can come out on the next day. Yeah.
Well, I had questioned this before, and I think it's a loophole that they won't be able to close, which is if you had scenarios with PSR and stuff like this with players and their income and wages, and if you had caps on wage limits and stuff like that, all you have to do is set up a couple of movies.
Yeah.
Have some cameos, and you can give them as much money as you want.
Yeah. Yep. And Logan sort of mentioning when I've got onto that international flavour, we'll link with the Swedish lad, Skoglund. Yeah. And again, I like that, but also just purely from a marketing perspective, I'm not saying this is how we search for players, but just over 10 million people in Sweden, so not massive when you compare it to Asian countries. But I'm not saying get the best talent. I don't care where they're from.
Yeah,
I don't care if they're from some little country in the middle of Northern Africa that's got 1 million people. If they're the best player, get them. But I love the idea that we could expand that global reach, which is I think what Robin Ryan absolutely, they want to be a global brand, and they're doing that.
Yeah, I've said this before, that obviously there is a lot of benefits from especially the first American, the first Canadian, and a few of these regions. And in theory, it would make sense to buy someone specifically from those regions to kind of milk the marketing, easy marketing. But the club have always said that the documentary is going to have nothing to do with the football. They are separate entities. And we're not going to do anything on the football side just to help the documentary side. And they've done that. They have not gone out and found someone just because the extra marketing would probably pay their wages, and that's good. But it will happen eventually. But we're still waiting for our first big American, our first big Canadian, and then obviously you can take that further with Australia and Middle East and other places. We haven't actively targeted anyone for those reasons.
Yep, and I see John Sampson was just chasing the game. John, I see they're saying it's ESPN Plus in the US, but just let them know where you're from, because obviously we're a global channel here. So Australia it's Stan, but I'm not too sure where you're based, John. So just let us know, so that way everybody in the chat can help you out. Yeah, absolutely, Paddy. That global reach, and I'm just sort of, it's just so exciting. Look, we're less than half an hour away from kickoff now. Only 25 minutes to kickoff. I'm not too sure. 5:30 kickoff. I'm not too sure what time the game, the coverage. So the coverage starts in each particular country. So for everybody, I'm imagining ESPN Plus in the States will start a little bit earlier, which will be great for everybody. I want it to start earlier for me here. And I don't know. It looks like, there you go. It's 10 minutes earlier. It comes on here in Australia. So at 20 past, which is ironically enough when our show finishes, Paddy.
Yeah, 10 minutes is your standard. That most places will start a little bit of pre-game, at least video of the pitch and what have you. But obviously, I'm in my locality as well, and they have the matchup. You can clearly see where it's there. So maybe he's on the wrong one. I know he mentioned he has Paramount Plus, but it's ESPN tonight.
You know what? You know what these days want me to do, Paddy. This because there's 3 games all televised. It really wants me to set up my sports wall. I want a sports wall. I want to have 4 TVs, have them going, have the big TV in the middle for the main game, and have the other ones off on the side. So interesting. Off to cook dinner. Well, you go enjoy dinner, John. Thank you. Wish us luck. I know you want Wrexham to win tonight because it is your favourite team. So yeah, thank you for those props. Yeah. So I mean, look, it's just these. I mean, the FA Cup, even though a lot of teams aren't interested, and a lot of fans say don't care about the FA Cup, it still has that little bit of magic about it. The FA Cup.
Yeah, I love the FA Cup, and I love cups in general. I understand why people think, okay, don't care what happens, don't get anybody injured. The league is the most important, but we have been chasing this match for 3 years now.
Yes,
to
couldn't get it for 3 years.
Draw versus a Prem team, and we kept getting championship teams. So this is a big one just for a first. So I'm really looking forward to this. I feel no pressure for this match whatsoever. I'm not stressed if we lose this. I'm just looking to be entertained tonight. I just hope they go out and give a good show. Of course, I want to win. If they can pull that off, it'd be amazing.
And we got 8 days before our next
stretch with this.
Yep. Like it's not like we got another game in 3 days. It's like 8 days till we play Norwich.
And that's the thing as well. Like it's a strong team. He hasn't weakened the team in order to specifically save people for the next match, or at least it certainly doesn't look like that. And even if he did, it's only 1 or 2 players. So what you don't want is cup matches 4 days before an important league match where you have this huge Prem team, but you have to cut half the team out, and then people are going to be upset.
Yep, I agree. Oh, there you go. Parky just said Max has a groin injury.
Okay.
So whether that's
then we need a new defender.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we do. We've been discussing this in the Discord, and people have their own opinions, whether we have enough defenders or don't have enough defenders. I personally think we need someone as a direct substitute for Max to fight with. And unless Max is back next week, then we're not strong enough.
Who knows? Is it just a strain? Is it just a tweak?
Yeah, I know, but
if it's a big, okay, so it's a 6-week injury, Paddy, definitely want another defender.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We're okay as we can see tonight. We have enough to cover. But what happens when the next one goes down? Then we're in trouble. That's the point.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because Brunt's not back yet.
Brunt's not back yet. He will be back soon, but still, it still leaves us light. You still want 2 in every position. And even at that, I still think Scar is the weakest among them, although I'll give Scar his props. He has been doing really well, but he's been playing to his ceiling, his max ceiling, almost every match. But if he has which is what you want him to do, but if he has an off day, it's going to be a bad day.
Okay. Yep. No, I understand that logic. I'm with you on that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things. I mean, and no announcements yet from us around like other teams, other championship teams have already announced 1, 2, 3 players. Coventry's announced 2. Multiple teams have announced at least 1 player. Oxford have announced their new manager, haven't they, from memory?
They have actually, just earlier.
Yeah. So we want some. So look, I'd want to see some business next week.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I would, but maybe not. That's the thing. They have done this before. They have said it before. They often wait till the end of the window because they're waiting for people to become available. If that still holds true, then generally it means we're going after big players. We're going after top players. But we have missed out on players before. So it's not the safest strategy in the world, to be honest, because you leave it till the last minute. It can be really difficult. You may not get them, or look, the other flip side of the coin is you might get them and you're going to pay through the nose for them. Now that's not necessarily a big problem for us. We're not really worried about money in the same way other clubs might be, but you don't want to get ripped off either. So it's an interesting one. It'll make me nervous. the closer we get with no real signs of players that I think we're interested in. Then,
So
yeah,
have to put Connor Cody, Paddy.
we bought him for a reason.
Yep. And then I think I found Kenshin. I think I might have found a Max fan, Paddy. Did you listen, Villa? Max is injured, so go away. So yeah, again, yeah. So look, again, yeah. It's starting to think Parky waits until the last minute again, and that only leaves 16. Yes, at the moment there's 26, 20 games left, 4 games. So yeah, it would only leave 16 games. You're probably at least 2 games before you're bringing that player in. So you're probably down to 14 games left in the season if you wait until the very end of the month. Now, I'm not saying that's what I do. I'm just saying that's the facts.
True, but I'm also not going to throw that all on Parky's head.
No.
Because it is a group decision on who we're going for, on who we're waiting for, and how big of a difference it is. I would argue that it's a slightly different situation if we haven't got reasonably good league matches coming.
Yep.
You know, if we weren't looking amazing, and which great, the last couple of matches, but I think it'd be different. I think they might just go out and strengthen just to strengthen, you know. But if you are truly making the push for playoffs / to be a much stronger team next season, the right idea might be to wait till the very end, because less teams have money. They've already decided. There's less people there, and players that are told they're not getting time with their clubs have to make a decision.
The only flip side to that is, Paddy, is that those players have to be the players you want.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. And look, and it's still highly possible. You know, we don't know who they've got their eye on. But yeah, and again, like, you know, glass half empty. We don't go up this season. You're just strengthening the squad with 2 to 3 players this window.
Yeah.
3 to 5 players off season, and you are ready to go hard.
Yeah.
At the beginning of next season.
Yeah, I agree.
I remember going and watching the Tour Down Under games down here, which was literally all of our previous players, with only a couple of players there that were new. I mean, like Aaron James played down here, and I'm looking, and that team just looked absolutely terrible in Sydney. They won the Melbourne game. Melbourne were pretty weak, to be fair. The Sydney game and the New Zealand game, we looked, you know, we got beaten by pretty average teams. Now, this team right now comes and plays those teams. It's 5-0.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's how far the progression has been through this season from what I saw when Hipcamer and I went and watched games down here. That's how far that has changed in my. So yeah.
And we know the first couple of matches we played didn't look good. They did okay, but the boys were all absolutely hanging for the last 15 minutes, trying to keep up with Southampton in that early match, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I think you know, getting back onto tonight's match, I'm super excited for it. We've got 5 minutes left. Yeah, I think that we can. I think we can do the job tonight, and I'm excited for it. I'm in the same camp as you, Paddy. I'm excited, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's an interesting one from the point of view as well. This is not a top 6 Prem team where you truly believe it's just a day out. You know, they're on the weaker side of the Prem at the moment. They're worried about their league results, and they have taken out 8 of their starting 11 not to risk them in this match. So that puts us with a shout of pulling something off. So it's an interesting one tonight. It's like, yeah, we can do this, but obviously we'll have to play at near our top ability to pull this off. But it's not such a massive step to think it might not happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, these players haven't been playing week to week on the pitch for Nottingham Forest. So
Yes.
even though they're great players, they haven't had match time.
And they haven't had match time with each other either, which is another aspect. Is not only have they not had time, so they in theory might be a little rusty, but also they're certainly rusty against each other or with each other because it's only been on the training grounds.
Yeah, no, it's been, so, I mean, this is the opportunities that are there for us. Now, guys, so we've got just about 3 minutes left. Then we'll have a 5-minute break. Josh will come on for the watch along. Paddy, your extra time today?
I am extra timing, which could be all sorts of early hours of the morning if this goes long.
Yeah, come in and have your say with Paddy. He's putting in the extra time. He's on double, what we call here in Australia, double bubble, so double time pay. So, it'd be a great job by him to do that in extra time. So come in, have your say afterwards on what you thought of the match, how you think we went against this Prem team. You know, there'll be lots to talk about. I think it'll be interesting. I'll be at work, but I'll definitely be replaying your extra time later today, Paddy, to see what people's thoughts were.
Especially if we go into penalties. I can see an AO special saving us in penalties.
Ooh, imagine AO being the hero.
Yeah.
So no, interesting. But so everybody in the chat, I want your predictions. Give us your score predictions. Let's see what you think. Let's see how we're going to do tonight. I'll put mine out there. I'm going to say 2-1 victory. Now, I was 1-1 winning in extra time on pens earlier. Losing in pens. I've changed my mind. We're going to win 2-1.
Yeah, I see. I hope this is a bit of a banger. I love, both sides really slapping goals in on each other. Just for the entertainment. So I'm going to go 3-2, and I'm going to hedge my bets either way. 3-2 to either team. That's what's going to happen.
Paddy, you can't do that. You can't have both sides.
I can do whatever I want.
Wow. I'm going to tip a team to win.
I'm going to tip a score, and either of them can do it.
Okay. Yep.
Although 2-2 draw and then pens would be fun.
Scores are coming in. Davicus 9683. Yes, they are stacked with their starters.
They are stacked on the bench, and that is why the extra 15 minutes on afterwards. If we go into the extra time because it's a draw, I say there's little chance of us getting to the penalties.
I hope they took away those beautiful, comfy seats for the away players that they installed in the off season. Just have the old plastic school chairs. Yeah. So Rathbone, I'm excited for Rathbone tonight. I really think he's been great. Yeah. So Paddy, well, we've done it. We've made it to the end of the show. It's been fantastic, guys. We're going to give you a chance to go away, get your popcorn, your coffee, whatever it is for time of day, beer if it's night, whatever. For me, it'll be coffee. But I'm excited. Are you excited, Paddy?
I am. I don't look it, but I am.
Who's scoring then? Who's scoring for us tonight, Paddy?
Rathbone. He's scoring. Yeah.
Anyone else?
We're going to need more than him to score. Yes, we're going to need more than him to score.
Unless he gets a hat trick. Josh, it's 15 minutes extra time each way, Paddy said. Yeah. So just so you know.
Yeah. And it's Josh Windlass's birthday.
And he's on the bench. Yeah. And Kakache's got his first start in a while. So,
He's got his first start in a while, yeah.
So, guys, on that bombshell, it's been fun having you here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on the way out if you haven't already. Grab your drinks, do whatever you got to do. Get ready for Josh for the watch along, Paddy for extra time. On that bombshell, Paddy, we'll see you all again soon.
Yeah. Josh Windlass birthday goal.